doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. So tell me a little about yourself.
So my name is Emily. I'm from San Diego, California. I'm actually the fourth out of 5 children, and through that I was able to kind of branch out and become more outspoken about how I feel. And that's led me into the field of communications and in a minor in business. And through that, I've had dreams of traveling and going all over the country and seeing other countries. So that kind of sprouted my interest in the airline industry. So I looked into as much as Southwest as I could because I got so excited and interested about it. So that's what brings me here today.
That's awesome. Why Southwest?
So that's a great question. So from my understanding and my experiences with Southwest, it's affordable travel. And a lot of what people are traveling for is reasons of meeting with family, friends, being at events like weddings, funerals, graduations. And I think that Southwest offers opportunities for family members to come together, and that's a lot about what I'm about is family and closeness with friends. And I think offering affordability, especially with such great customer service, I think if you have an affordable airline, it's easy to just kind of cut the training with some of your employees to cut costs. But I find that Southwest is affordable and it offers customer service unlike any other airline that I've ever flown. And I truly admire that. So being in the public relations field of that, I know that incorporates a lot of the customer service and the interpersonal, which I feel I have strengths in. So I'd love to kind of amplify those strengths with your company.
Awesome. Glad you appreciate all those things. That's what we take really near and dear to our heart. Okay, so tell me why you feel like you qualify for this position in our marketing business.
Yeah. So I actually just graduated at BYU, Idaho. I studied communications with a more emphasis on public relations and management, but I also got a minor in business management. So that makes me able to go into situations with consumer relations, and I can do more interpersonal because I was able to take interpersonal theory classes. But I was also able to take mass media classes and understand what kind of feeds to target audiences. And I also have a sound understanding of economics and accounting. So in a situation with investor relations, I would be able to kind of talk the language of some of your key investors in your company. So I'm versatile, I fit a lot of positions, but I stick with the positions that I've had in the past, and I plan on sticking with your company in the future.
Great. So you said you just finished college. Was there any projects or situations that you feel like have kind of made you more prepared?
Totally. So in a public relation foundations fundamentals class, we actually had a client come in and he needed investors desperately for his company. And I thought at the beginning, I've never prepared anything like this. How am I supposed to take on this project with a team of students I don't really know that well? So we were all assigned roles, and I took on the role as manager of this group project. And we were able to ultimately find different routes of investors and kind of use my language of economics and accounting, but also use my communication skills and my interpersonal skills that I mentioned in order to help our client and ultimately get a good grade on that because of our efforts that we made. And from my understanding, a lot of public relations is just changing rapidly. It's never going to be the same from 2010 to 2020. It's rapidly changing, and I think that project allowed me to kind of use outlets for research so I can stay in tune with the public relations industry and keep up to date.
That's awesome. And how did you do with the group? Do you prefer working with groups, or do you prefer working on your own?
So I do both efficiently, in my opinion. I've worked a ton in groups. In my previous experience at the admissions office, I was in a social media team with 2 other individuals, and we were able to delegate efficiently based on what we wanted to post each day, what posts were getting the most attention, the most likes, and we were able to kind of go from there and make plans and tactics of how we were going to get the most attention for our office. And I was able to work with two completely different personalities, one very outgoing, very outspoken, one very quiet and soft-spoken. So I've had experience with that, but I also have experience with just working by myself. With my experience at Verizon, I've actually been able to sell and to make connections with customers in order to kind of show them our products and what we have to offer for them.
That sounds awesome. Sounds like you really did pretty well in school based
Yes.
off these projects and the things you took from it. Was there any classes that was more difficult for you?
Yes. So initially, when I was kind of planning on what I wanted to study, I was torn between communications and business because I know that both have really great avenues that are available and opportunities that can be found in the world that we live in, right? So when I thought about it, I thought, well, business classes for me are hard, right? They're not things that come easy to me. Economics isn't something that people just think of and great, it clicks. It takes effort in order to study hours on end, and ultimately I was able to get a good grade in that class because of the efforts I made. I got a tutor, I met with my professor after class hours, I sat in the front row of every single class I've ever enrolled in. I've always sat in the front row because I need that attention and I need that connection with my professors. So I make efforts to go forward.
That's great. Okay. You're like a determined person.
Yes.
Do you have like a 3 to 5 year plan? Where do you see yourself in the future?
Right. So as you well know, we're in Dallas right now with the headquarters in Southwest, and I love Dallas and I love the area of Texas that would be able to, for me, I'm a family person, so having a family and developing just a strong family unit in Dallas I think would be very beneficial for me. And Southwest is just a developing company. It's number 160 on the Fortune 500 list, so that's kind of speaks for itself and that it's not going anywhere, and I don't plan on it either. So
that's awesome. Well, I hope everything works out.
thank you.
It shows here that you worked customer service as a representative and as an admissions counselor.
Mm-hmm.
Are those two jobs, you were working with other people a lot, with different
Yes.
coworkers?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had some issues or situations with coworkers? How did you work with that?
So my very first job was actually in high school for me. I started at 16 years old and I started working at Pizza Hut. So you think, okay, the bottom of the food chain, right? So I actually worked with different types of people. There was no one within my age range. I think the next youngest person was about 22. And that was really shocking for me because I was just used to a lot of individuals my same age. So I was able to develop skills that would help me reach different target audiences, so to speak. So how to communicate efficiently for those that are older than me or even those that are younger than me. And they had a lot of different standards and morals as I do. I'm actually an active member of my church, and I take that very seriously in how I live my life and how I conduct who I am and what I believe in. And to work with individuals that didn't have anything close to what I hold true in my heart was eye-opening, but was valuable in my opinion, because I was able to experience how different minds work and how different skills can be amplified ultimately as long as you use everyone's strengths, right? In communications especially, you want to use people's strengths. So in that first experience I had with Pizza Hut, I was able to learn their strengths.
Awesome. All right, so kind of walk me through, how would you prioritize, let's say you're in a situation and we need you to get on like a job for us to market our new plane that just came out. Okay, what would you kind of like, just roughly give me a prioritize of what you would first work on to the end?
Great. So from what I've understood and through my research of Southwest, and your Facebook page especially, I've actually seen some new designs that Southwest is coming with their different planes. And based on what I've seen, they kind of go off likes that they're getting on their pictures and can kind of go from there for their designs that they're wanting. So I think that would be a great thing to keep doing is social media and seeing what the people and our valuable customers have to say, because we're one voice, right? We're a little biased because we love Southwest. It's who we work for, who we want to work for in my case. But we want to see what other people have to say. And the planes are ultimately for our customers, so let's kind of hear what they have to say. I know through some crises that Southwest has faced. I mean, it's inevitable for an airline, especially with delayed flights and everything. I saw that you were able to do Facebook Live, which allowed individuals to see the face of Southwest and a literal face. So in my understanding of communications, it's easier to get mad at a company and a brand instead of a face. So I was able to kind of maneuver through some of the bullets that were shot out. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much, Emily. We will get back to you as soon as we can, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
thank you so much.
Uh-huh.